Just in case you were wondering, I'm not dead. I am very much alive, well, and kicking. It's just been a while since my last upload, and the reason why, let me explain, aside from my busyness throughout the week, is there's really no other video on the internet that I can do a rebuttal on. Either it's 3 years old, or completely outdated, or the person is trolling, like legitimately trolling. I just have not been able to find a video. So this one, while for all intents and purposes is a good-natured video at heart, it still has some misinformation in it. And I did have to pick this guy out, out of a crowd of very bad videos that either I couldn't do because they were too shitty, too short, or trolling, as I said. Because I really don't like to do misinformation rebuttals on trolling videos, especially if it's made clear that it's trolling. Anyway, so this guy, Leoric, is making a video on why PC gamers suck. And at the end, of course, he, tries to say, it's not all PC gamers suck. But throughout the video, he makes the points over and over and over again why PC gaming sucks, why console gamers in particular are better than PC gamers, why the community on PC is worse than the community on console, all this other rhetoric. So we're just going to go through the video piece by piece, and I'm going to give my thoughts on it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy.
Yo, what is up guys, Leoric here. Today we're going to be talking about why PC gamers suck.
One thing I forgot to mention about this video in particular is got a lot of jump cuts. Alright, so, throughout the video you might see his head jumping and doing all sorts of stammery, stuttery bullshit. I'm gonna link the video in the description as always. You can double check for, credibility purposes. Just expect jump cuts, just expect the person or Leoric to take quite some time figuring out what he's trying to say, and it's going to jump cut and whatnot, and it's going to be very hard to pick a stopping place to put my interjections in. So without further ado, I'll let him continue.
In general, I think PC gaming is cool, but there's always those 1 or 2 eggs that are always bad and make everyone seem bad. But in this one, we're going to be talking about why PC gamers suck.
One small critique about your video: please target PC elitists next time, not PC gamers as a whole. That might be why your video is so disliked.
And we're gonna get mostly from Reddit. Found this one, saying okay, this is on the Reddit post called Why PC Gamers Suck, and
just in case you missed what he said, here's what he said. Basically, he's going on a Reddit post, which is a rebuttal to the argument of why PC gamers suck, and he's going piece by piece, trying to rip it apart. Like different bullet points that he's going to give his thoughts on. What I will say, though, is a lot of the rebuttals he makes against this argument is quite flawed, and I'll show you why.
I think it's most likely kids that just going around giving the PC users a bad name. No. Actually, most of my friends that play PC are dicks, so I don't see your argument here. Everyone I know that has a very expensive PC is dickhead.
I swear to God, I did not modify any footage that you saw there. That was exactly how it's presented and exactly how I recorded it. Again, the link's in the description. Feel free to click it. Anyway, he basically said that PC gamers, at least all the ones that he knows, are dickheads, so therefore every other PC gamer is just like his asshole friends, and they're also dickheads. That makes a lot of sense. First of all, I can't believe you. It's an anecdote. You could have easily just made that up. Hell, I have a second penis, but nobody's talking about that. And secondly, you have no clue how any other PC gamer acts, because you've never heard of me. Personally, I'd feel like I'm a good, well-rounded, kindly mannered PC gamer, but you didn't notice me, senpai. You say that you play on PC quite a bit, and personally, I believe you to an extent, but you've probably only played a limited amount of matches on a limited number of games, So obviously you're gonna cherry pick a little bit and find some of those people that bug you on PC. But this exists for consoles too. Have you not been on Call of Duty? Just look up any angry console gamer compilation, and I can guarantee you they're probably a little bit worse than PC gamers. If not, then they're the same.
They'll be saying to you, why do you even bother playing on console? Well, my preference.
Before he continues, let me clear something up here. I'm not making this video because he plays on console. I'm making this video because he says some really dumb shit in this video. That's why I'm making this video. On a second note, if your friends tell you, hey, you should buy a PC, and you tell them, well, no, I have a console, and they ask you why, and you say, because it's my preference, then they're assholes if they continue. I can agree with you on that. But not every PC gamer is like that. In fact, that's a minority of people, as you acknowledge later in this video. But let's continue.
I don't want to become a PC user because I don't like you.
You sound like a very good friend. You also said a very shitty reason not to play on PC. Really? You're not going to play on PC because you personally don't like somebody? Like one person? Or in this case, probably hundreds of people? Really? Even, again, you mention it's a minority of PC gamers, and yet you say that you don't like PC because of one or two people, or hundreds. And in the grand scheme of things, actually, that's not a lot, because millions of people play on PC. But overall, this is a really shitty reason not to play PC, especially if you weigh it against the console with all the objective benefits of FPS, hardware, freedom, variety of games. Practically anything that makes a gaming platform is done better on the PC. By no means am I telling you that you cannot play console. That is not what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is that's a really shitty reason to not like PC gaming.
Another one, if you are going for a cheap build on a PC, at the same price you will be actually able to play 1080p at 60 frames. You may have a point that PC is more difficult to set up, but only a little bit. With all the guides on the internet, a 10-year-old could do it, and it is rewarding, fun experience. Also takes about an hour and a half max to set up a PC. Okay.
That was a lot to choke down, but TLDR, or TLD listened. Basically, he meant, this is the Redditor, by the way, that said that you can build a PC for a console's price and get the exact same performance, if not better performance than you would on a console, only for the price of the console, you know, on a PC. And he also said that it only takes an hour and a half to build the PC, to get it all running and do your research and figure out how to do it if you're new to it. What I will say, though, is first-timers, and especially with my brother that just made a new PC, I realized, especially with bigger cases, that sometimes it is a little bit more difficult than it seems. But I've been through it. First of all, I've done micro ATX builds, which are hella easy, to be honest. Like, really, how can you fuck those up? But with mid ATX towers, they could be a little bit more challenging. What I would suggest to new people to PC building is get a smaller case. That's less room to fuck up, it's less room to worry about, and especially if you're only going to cheap out at $300, $400. There's no reason to go with a mid ATX build if you're only going to spend $300 to $400. Mid ATX is for, like, if you're buying a GPU, a power supply, 3 hard drives, etc. You know, you're not going to be doing that if you're only spending $300. So why buy the bigger cases? In any event, the smaller cases are much easier to put together, especially since I've been doing it in my computer class for quite some time now. You just put the motherboard in, and then you put the power supply in, and then you put the GPU in if you can, and then it's super easy. It's real easy. But with first-timers, I can understand, now that I've been through it, that yes, it does take some practice, it takes some learning, and it takes some time out of your day. But in the end, you get a better experience on PC, objectively, with frame rates, freedom, modability, variety of games, all these different benefits to PC, done in maybe 2-3 hours if you're new. But all of this is a better experience than console. If you just settle for a console, you get what you pay for and you get what you earn. You don't earn that much when you go on console. When you build a PC of your own, then you earn a lot. Now, I know I should have split this up because he's about to make his rebuttal in a second, but I just wanted to say this all at the beginning before he starts rambling his nonsense and jump cuts and whatnot, so you get a fresh picture of where I'm coming from when I continue to make my statements. Also, I'll have something to refer back to so that way I don't have to repeat myself.
That's why I'm gonna break it up. No, it doesn't take an hour and a half. I've tried to set a PC up. It took me all day and I still failed. So no.
What do you mean by failed? That nobody knows what you mean by failed. Did you forget a part? Was something incompatible? Did you not put it in the right spot? Did you not know where to put it? There's a lot of reasons why something could go wrong. You just didn't list the reason why. And if you listed the reason why, for example, if you don't know where something goes, look on the manual. The manual that my brother's build came with, we didn't even look at it as we were building, and it took probably 2-3 hours. But if we looked at the manual and we knew where everything went, we would have had an easier time, hour and a half tops. But I get where the Redditor is coming from. It shouldn't take that long if you've done your research beforehand. If you've checked the compatibility with all your parts, if you ground yourself, you take your safety precautions, and you don't fry any of your parts, you should be golden in an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. If it took you all day to figure something out, then you obviously didn't do enough research. And this is not to put blame on you. It is to put all the blame on you. I mean, the computer is not smart, and it's not a hard thing to do. You'll go and you Google it, and you find a step-by-step tutorial on how to do it, and it is basically child's play from there. Once you get the concept down on how to build a PC, screwing in the motherboard, putting in the GPU, the CPU, etc., then it's child's play from that point.
PCs are freaking difficult to set up compared to a console. Don't rely on that. Consoles, hook up, done.
This is a very exaggerated point. The consoles, in compared to the PC, yes, are easier to set up. That is true. But how much freedom do you have? Do you have any upgradability? No. Do you have any, better options? No, you don't. Here's what you have. You have a game box that can run maybe at 60 FPS. You don't know because you didn't look inside the Xbox. But you have a game box that can guarantee 30 FPS, maybe, at guaranteed 720p resolution, stretched to a big screen, which, again, you have to have a TV or a monitor in order to play a console, and if you don't, then you need to buy one. Then, if you don't have all the cables, which is weird because you should, because it comes in the box, because, gotta appeal to those console peasants that don't know how to buy shit themselves. Alright, you get the console all hooked up and everything, but you also need a controller, and if you need any extra controllers, you need to buy that. You need any games, you need to buy those, etc., etc., etc. Then what you need to do is set up your PSN or Xbox Live account, password, everything, then put your credit card information in there, so that way you can play online. Correct? Or am I missing something? Oh, yeah, you also have to pay every year to play online. Gee, I feel like I'm missing something else. Could it be a sofa or a chair? No, because everyone has those.
PC, if you're doing a build, you gotta do everything yourself. That's where I would do it. I would just get everything and build it myself because it's cheaper and you get more, but it's a lot more difficult than a console. That's where you're definitely wrong. Talk shit more.
On a PC, you do not have to do everything yourself. You can buy a pre-build if you so desire to do so. The Alienware Alpha is a great example. $500. That's only $200 more than a console, and it can play games at 60 FPS 1080p smooth. Like butter. Best thing is, it's pre-built, it already has an operating system, already has all of its drivers, and you have to do nothing but hook it up and play it. I think Alienware was smart in this regard. Making a cheap option that's easy to set up and playable by all people is a fantastic way to start a business, especially appeal to newer PC gamers. However, there are obviously a lot more benefits to building your PC because the uniqueness that it provides, you know everything that's going into your computer, you have a bit more of a bond to your computer. It's just something I can't explain. You just know your computer more. And also, you take pride in building it. You know what you built it for, and you succeeded in doing it. And that's a huge accomplishment to some people. It was an accomplishment to my brother, in fact. While yes, if you choose to build your computer, it may take some more setup time, but in the end, you'll have a better experience than if you would on console.
The point I really agree on. Okay, PCs are generally the best platform. Yes, they are. But you don't have to be such a dick about it, which is true. You don't have to. People don't like...
Yes, someone who I've done a rebuttal on finally acknowledges that the PC is the better platform in terms of objective benefits. And this, again, I don't want to come off as the guy that says you have to play on PC or play on nothing at all. You can play on whatever the fuck you want to, right? I just don't want the misconception that PC gaming isn't better than console gaming in any regard. Because there are hella benefits to playing on PC.
PC users, because you guys are a dick about it. We know it's the best platform, but
actually, a lot of people still lie about it. They still have misconceptions about it.
We don't want to play on it. Doesn't mean we have to.
Of course you don't need to play on something you don't want to play on. Don't let some random Joe Schmo on the internet tell you what you should and should not play on. It's your preference after all. But what you have to realize is, it's the internet. People are dicks, alright? They don't know you, they don't care about you, they're gonna be assholes, alright? If someone on Call of Duty told you to go suck cock, that would be a pretty dick move, wouldn't it? No pun intended. Anyway, treat them like any other troll on the internet, right? They're just trying to make you mad. Or even if they're not trying to, they're still making you mad. But just treat them like someone else, right? Deal with it. It's the internet. Grow a parent. I hate the argument that the PC community is so toxic and on the internet people are bullies to me and they tell me what to do and just shut up. It doesn't matter. People on the internet are just gonna be assholes, alright? This goes for console gamers, this goes for PC gamers, this goes for your elderly grandma, she's an asshole too. Everybody, if they're anonymous, they're an asshole. Hell, I do it sometimes. Okay, it's not a big deal, it's the internet. Chill. And I say that as a rebuttal to that argument that the PC gamer community is toxic. Every community on the internet is toxic. It's not just a PC problem.
Definitely it's a lot better because you can customize so much shit. And you can buy so much stuff constantly throughout the year. I still prefer playing on a console than a PC. Don't try and change my mind and say, well, you're wrong because PCs are this much better. Well, no.
Another little critique. Speak slower. Enunciate a bit. I can't understand what you are saying. I have to go back through and through over and over again to figure out what your one sentence means because it's so goddamn jumbled up into one word, I can't understand it. And again, it's just a Joe Schmo on the internet. Ignore him, block him, don't even pay him any mind.
I'm talking strictly for equipment. An Xbox One costs about 300 to 400 US, but I'll be hard pressed to find a gaming PC that could handle the same games for the price. Okay, the reason why he's right. Most people that buy a console is for easiness and convenience. That's why I play console all the time.
Sure, a console can be easier to use than a PC, and sure, it is more convenient. But that doesn't mean it requires a PhD in computer science in order to use a PC. Console gamers aren't stupid. It's the console gamers that are saying that, oh, it's just too difficult. Oh, it's just so complex. Oh, I couldn't handle it. No PC gamer in their right mind would tell a console gamer that it's too hard for you. Because it's not. Anybody can learn how to do it. I learned how to do it when I was 3 years old. Hopefully that says something.
And to get a PC for that price that is as good is a bit difficult. In like about 4 months, you're going to be struggling. And in about a year, you're going to have to replace parts. So it's still going to cost you a lot more. If you got to buy games.
No, don't say that it's difficult to buy a console-priced PC, because it is definitely not. Alright? Again, there's the Alienware Alpha you can buy, and it's pre-built, so you don't have to worry about it. Also, there are plenty of different cheap sites that you can use to buy used parts or refurbished parts, or even new parts for cheaper prices than other sites like Newegg. Newegg has some really good deals, but Amazon might have even better deals. It just depends on where you look. Now, of course, you probably can't get the same build for the exact same price twice in a row, but that's just the joy of the internet. You go where it's cheaper, and that's how you do it. And no, in a few months, nothing will start failing. I have a 2012 model of the Dell Inspiron 3737 I got 3 or 4 years ago. It's still working to this day. It is a shitty laptop, but I've been using it every day since I got it. Hasn't failed on me. And no, The frame rate hasn't gotten worse, just games have gotten more developed over the years. I can still play the games that I bought with it 3 years ago, and it's totally fine. No one is forced to upgrade their PC. Nothing just breaks, you know? Nothing just fails unless you buy a faulty part, in which case you have a warranty for it. Also, as long as you're not overclocking super cheap parts, you shouldn't have a problem with cooling or with it just burning out or whatever, lighting your house on fire. Think of any extreme situation here. But yeah, that just doesn't happen. If you don't overclock and you play it safe and you don't kick your computer across the room, then your computer's going to last you for years and years and years. Even a console-priced PC.
You better buy games, you better not do the other way, the legal way. You know I'm talking to you.
Bitch, you ain't talking to me, and you ain't talking to the 60% majority of people that buy their games on PC. Don't imply that piracy is common on the PC. There's only a few minority group of people that pirate their games on PC, and I can stand by this with utmost faith. There's Steam, there's Uplay, there's Origin, there's G2A where you can get games dirt cheap. There are games on GOG that you can get for hella cheap. There is no reason to pirate a game on PC. The only people that pirate games are probably people that demo the game, or they literally don't have enough money to buy it. But once they get enough money, they'll buy it just for the ease of use of it. You know, the auto updates come for free, the DLCs come for free, etc. There's just so many deals you can get on PC that it makes no sense why someone would want to pirate the game. Now, I understand there are pirates out there that don't buy the game afterwards, and that's whatever, but realize that if you're going to bring up piracy, let me bring up used game sales. Because how much do used game sales help the developer? Zero. Nada. Zilch. The developers get nothing. Yet people are promoting the sale of used games. It's actually a sponsored effect on console market, whereas on the PC, it is sponsored that you buy the game.
That's the reason why some of you get PCs, isn't it?
You say later in this video, or if you've already said it, that a decent PC is about $1,000. So according to your logic, why would someone spend $1,000 on a decent gaming PC in order to pirate games? Because apparently they don't have money, even though they've bought a fucking PC. You know what? I'm not gonna argue, alright? I'm just gonna say good dreams and just great. That's fantastic. Let's move along.
This is another one saying, okay, it's a lot cheaper to get a PC than it would be to get a console. True, but to what extent? If you're doing it the bad way, we already talked about that, not allowed to do that, no, but
Oh, shut up.
if you buy a PC, a good PC costs about $1,000.
Aha! Right there. Right there. If a pirate spends $1,000 on a PC, don't you think they have some extra cash laying around to buy games easily without the need of going to torrent sites and doing it illegally or going on shady websites thinking they might get a virus? Again, it's for ease of use. People buy their games on PC because it's just easy. There are other people like you out there with the same attitude as you that simple and easy wins the master race.
Games normally are cheaper on Steam than they will be on PSN or Xbox. The Xbox Live.
There are also insanely dirt cheap games on G2A.com. Highly suggest them. Look them up.
The argument is it's cheaper to buy games on PC, sure, but you gotta save $1,000 to buy a good PC.
No, you don't. I don't know what else to say, but no, you don't.
Some people go up to $2,000, $3,000. You gotta buy a good grand to get a good PC.
You simply do not. Look at the potato masher. Look at the literally Google $350 PC build. You'll get it. Like, there are console-priced PC gaming builds out there that do the same performance as, if not better than, the console. Alright? Seriously, look them up. They're out there.
And you gotta buy games. So if you work it out, it's probably about the same price as getting a console in the long run. Okay. Consoles really, I don't know if this is gonna last as long. They last about 7 to 6 years or something like that.
Just assume they last for, oh, I don't know, 7 years.
Or even longer than that. Okay, PCs last about the same. So if you gotta buy a grand PC each time, and buy games, it's gonna cost you a hell of a lot. I know there's a lot of free games on PC, but shit, that's gonna be a lot of money, man. I'm not even lying. You pay the same budget as buying a PC straight up. Buy a PC, $1,000. Buy a console, 400 to 300 according to some people. 400 to 300. You really can buy about, how many games is that? My math is bad. Okay, game is around 50 to 40 pound. I'll say 50 just to make it easier. How many games is that? Wait, fuck. 6? No, that's 300. 8, 9, 10. 12 games. You can buy 12 games with the extra money. That'll save you. That's like freaking people's 3-year budget on games.
That is, if you can find 12 games that interest you on console. Now let me show you the same statistic I made about maybe 3 months ago about, a console-priced PC, or no, it was $600, and I showed over 10 years how much more expensive a console can be, and here it is. I've already shown this statistic previously, so I'm going to spend less time covering it, but the green is the PC, and the red is the console, alright? At the end, of course, you can see that there's an $800 difference between the two, but let me explain why. On the PC, you start at $600, because that might be the mid-range average PC that people buy for gaming purposes. At the bottom there, that's $300. That's the starting point for consoles. In the first 3 years, the PC is more expensive than the console. And notice that the PC buys 5 $40 games per year, and the console buys 3 $50 games a year, plus $50 for online, plus $500 for the new console after the 7-year mark. And obviously, the PC gets 2 upgrades during this time span between year 7 and 8 and year 6 and 7. So there's 2 $200 upgrades during this time span. By the way, that's added on to the 5 $40 games for PC. I wonder how many more games you can buy in order to equal the amount of money spent on a console in 10 years. I think that can go maybe 10. You could buy 12, maybe 12 games per year, at least. I think. I'm just doing mental math here. I think, though, that you can buy 12 games more. No, that's even less. Okay. Well, I'm not going to do the math, but you get it. You can buy a lot more games on PC to equal the amount of dollars in 10 years of owning a console. It takes $3,800 in 10 years to fully support a console with online, games, and a new console. Also, on the same note, the PC, with no online costs and 2 $200 upgrades each for years 6 and 7 and 7 and 8, it's still $800 cheaper than the console. And of course, nobody's forcing anybody to upgrade on the PC. It's not an upgrading mandatory platform, so you could, if you want to, you could take those $200 off. It would be even cheaper. So, in order to fully support your console, you would need $3,800. That's your rough approximation. Take it with a grain of salt, because obviously the new console might not be $500. It might not be starting at $300. You get it. But there you go. You could take a few extra seconds to take a look at this graph and just soak it all in. And that's why you're wrong. It's because it takes $800 more, give or take, at the end of 10 years. Even after 3 years, it's more expensive to own a console. Just let that soak in. 3 years of owning a console, you could have saved money on owning a PC. A $600 PC. By the way, a $600 PC, man, that stomps on consoles, dude. Just imagine what you can put into a $600 PC. Just extra looking time. Just maybe five more seconds. Okay, now we're done. Let's get back to the video.
Even more weight. That's about, 3-year budget on games. You buy them all when they straight come up.
It would have helped if you did this math beforehand instead of on camera.
No one buys games, some people do, but no one buys games really when they straight come up, so you can probably get...
Wanna know who buys games day one? Fanboys. People who pre-order. People who have no common sense or order based solely on the whisper of a name. That's who buys games day one. And they're kind of a problem on the gaming industry as a whole because they give the developers money before anything's even released, which is a dumb habit, and it's a dumb business practice, and it shouldn't be promoted at all.
If you budget it to 25, half the price, that's 24 games!
My statistic may have overestimated and overshot the price of a console game. Sure, maybe. But I also overestimated the price of a PC game too, because holy shit, I got Rust for $3 on G2A. $3, and I believe its original retail price is like 20. That's an insane deal. Doom, the newest Doom that came out, went on G2A for like 39 bucks when its day one release was like $60. Yeah, you can get insane deals on G2A, Steam, etc. I mean, just let's be honest here. 40 games per game on PC, that's a bit of an overshot, don't you think?
24 games for your PC bill that you still gotta buy games for in the first year. That's if you only spend $1,000. If you spend $2,000, I'm not gonna say how many games you can buy for that thing. So it's not cheaper, it's exactly the same price.
Does this look the same to you, even if you take $700 off from the console side?
I'm moving my hands way too much.
If you make a GIF of that, I will be so happy.
And now the PC gamers are the most toxic area. I know Call of Duty can be bad.
Bad? Have you played Call of Duty? Bad is an understatement.
But dang, PC gamer, you play Dota!
I haven't, but I've heard that they don't put up with no bullshit. If you're on there and you suck, then you get your ass out.
Man, if you've ever played like Dota or League of Legends, those guys can be freaking mental on you, man. You can just mess up a little. So what the flip are you doing? Freaking hell.
I can relate to this. I play CSGO. That's another super competitive game that a lot of people take seriously. But again, it's just a game, and anything said on there is it's pretty much free game. And as I've said before, it's the internet, so nobody gives any shits about you, about your fifis, about anything. It is not a safe space. This goes for consoles too. That is not a safe space. There's nothing between consoles and PCs that, there's any difference within communities. I can go on Call of Duty and have someone chew my ass out about something stupid, and then the next day go on CS:GO and have my ass chewed out there too. It goes on for every game, every platform. It's the internet, People give fuck all about any of your feelings or any of your nothing. They don't care. It's the internet. Deal with it. If you buy a gaming platform and you decide to play games online, that's just what you're going to have to deal with. Whether it's a PC or a console or a book, you're going to have to deal with it. People can be assholes on the internet, and that's just something you have to face, right? That's just something you have to acknowledge. That's just a reality of the internet. People are anonymous. People are going to say whatever the fuck they want to on the internet just to piss you off. So this shouldn't be a con for PCs, because it's not a con for consoles, and it's not a con for phones and whatever, because it's the internet. And if you can't handle the internet, then stay off of it.
You guys are so mean to me on there, man. I started contemplating my life.
I think that's a joke. I'm pretty sure that's satire. I'm pretty sure that's a joke. But if it's not, then you're fucking weak, dude.
Yeah, so you guys got the worst community in the world when it comes to it.
A lot more competitive players play on PC gaming, and thus they take gaming up far more seriously than those on console. I mean, it's just something you should know, right? I mean, it's still the internet. People are still going to be assholes on either platform, but on the PC, it just makes sense why a lot more competitive players would be on there, and a lot more competitive players are obviously they're going to chew you out on random shit that you do wrong. Right? If you're a dumbass team member shooting yourself in the foot at spawn, obviously you're going to be chewed out. You're going to be ridiculed. If you're not hitting kills and you're just sinking the team, of course you're going to be foul-mouthed. Of course. That's just something people do. Especially competitive gamers on the PC. If you can't handle that, then you shouldn't be on the internet. But if you can handle it, then that means you need to get good. You get good and you won't be ridiculed.
Not me. I've been in a match with someone who's like a lot higher than me in Dota. I don't play Dota too much now, so don't ask me to play Dota with you.
I don't think anyone's gonna ask you to play Dota with you after you've made this video about PC.
It random people, but the guy who was the highest rank was getting the most shit talked to him. Like, it was weird. Like, everyone in the group was arguing with the guy that he was being quite bad for his rank. He's still better than all of us, but he was being quite bad for his rank. I didn't notice any difference because I never got to bronze on that shit. I never went to level 15.
What I caught from this is you're basically doing the exact same shit you're criticizing other people for doing. You went on a game, you found someone that wasn't as good as you thought, and you fucking ridiculed them for it. That's exactly what you're criticizing other people for doing. It's kind of hypocritical. Again, this happens on both console and PC, and therefore is not a problem for either one. It's just how the internet works.
You know, PC users really badly try to convince you to play PC. You know what that's like? That's like someone coming to your door and trying to constantly come to your door and convincing you to buy something that you don't need or want.
Ah, but here's the difference. See, door-to-door salesmen, you can't really ignore without telling them to fuck off, right? But on the internet, you can just glance over what they say. You can just ignore them. You can block them. You can, hell, not even go to that forum. There's a lot of ways you can do what you can do to ignore these PC gamers that you talk about. Although many of the PC gamers that I meet, they don't care about what the fuck you play on. I don't care about what the fuck you play on. As long as you're not talking shit about the PC, as long as you're not lying about it or misrepresenting it, I don't give a shit. You know, you can play on whatever console you want. You can play on whatever platform you want to. But the second you make a video that says PC gamers suck, well, you have to accept the backlash that comes from that. Now, I did say a moment ago, you can go on the internet and say whatever the fuck you want to. But so can other people, right? So the second you misrepresent the PC, or you say that PC gamers suck, or you say some other dumbass bullshit, you have to accept that other people are going to have their own opinions about it, and they're going to shit on you. Especially if your opinion is garbage.
That's what it is, but it's just, you don't want it. You're like, okay, I've already decided I want to stay on Xbox or something, and now you're really trying to convince me something I really don't want. You're basically a salesman.
It's the best kind of salesman. The one with the mute button. The one you can instantly ignore or block at a whim instead of having to answer to the door and tell them to fuck off.
Even when you say PCs is more serious gaming, I know someone that got a freaking super expensive PC, but they play like once a week. You can't even say, I made this argument ages ago, like you can't say you're a serious gamer.
Yeah, you provided one example of one fairy that you knew that doesn't play PC all that much. Right? And I think that story's a bit exaggerated, either that or you just made up your fairy on the spot. But again, we don't care about your friends. We don't care about your anecdotes. The reason I bring mine up are because I just want to see I want my audience to see where I'm coming from. But the way you're presenting it is you're trying to shit talk the PC gamers based on that one friend that you have, which is stupid. Don't use anecdotes to back up your logic. Use anecdotes to show the audience where you're coming from and why your experiences. That's what anecdotes are for. Anecdotes are not meant to back up logic, especially if you're refuting hardcore gaming on the PC with one little fairy that we don't even know exists.
Serious gamer versus casual gamer is kind of stupid when you play an hour a week.
It shouldn't matter to you how many hours a week people play on video games.
On any game. It doesn't matter what game it is. You play an hour game. You could say, I'll say a person plays Candy Crush is more of a serious game than you. They probably play like 10 hours and don't realize it. Then you play in your hour or two on PC. That doesn't make you a serious gamer. It doesn't make anyone casual at all. Casual is when it's time frame. It doesn't matter what you play on. It just matters what your thing. So it's...
I'm gonna wait to argue that because he restates his claim clearly in the next shot here.
Another stupid argument when you say you're casual if you're on a console, serious if you're on a PC. I'll say, okay, you spend $1,000 on your PC and you don't play it. You're technically throwing money away, ain't it? If you think about it, it's smarter if you're getting a PC just for gaming only. It's smarter to get a console. Much smarter to get a console. Because if you're gonna play an hour a day, it's gonna be so much cheaper. You're probably not going to play that many games a year. You probably play 4 games a year. That's about how many games is that? Okay, 4, oh man, maths.
So, your argument was that if you play 1 hour a day on PC, no matter how expensive, it's not only more expensive, but it's also not serious gaming, no matter what game it is. Alright, but suddenly you said it would be smarter to buy a console in order to play 1 hour a day, not only would it be cheaper, but it would also presumably be serious gaming, the way you phrased it. Which makes no sense, because if an hour on a console is serious gaming, and an hour on a PC is not serious gaming, I don't understand this double standard that you're trying to set down here, alright? Again, it shouldn't matter what casual gaming is, it shouldn't matter what serious gaming is. What we say on the PC is that if you're a hardcore game fanatic and you like playing video games and you are super interested in playing video games and that is your ultimate hobby, then it would be a better choice to get a PC, not only for the variety of games, because there are objectively more games on PC than there are on console, but you also get better quality games with higher FPS, higher graphical fidelity, and more options to choose from. You also get a multimedia device that can browse the internet, do whatever you want, wikis, multi-monitor setups. You can game with the mouse keyboard, the gamepad, the joysticks, Dance Dance Revolution board, it doesn't matter. There's so many options with the PC that it's barely fathomable what you can do with it. Also, the virtual reality, I know that the PS4 Pro came out with virtual reality, whatever the hell the headset was, but the VR on PC, not only does it have a myriad of games to choose from on Steam, but it also has more and more support coming to it, especially with the Vive, especially with the Oculus Rift. All of these have insane support, and they're always being developed on. So I'm going to summarize my rebuttal here. Right? You set a double standard by saying an hour on a console is serious gaming, whereas an hour on PC is not serious gaming, even though you completely ignore the fact that what we mean by serious gaming is, hardcore gaming, is that if you take the hobby seriously, you would probably want to play on PC because of the variety of games, free online, the higher FPS, higher graphical fidelity, more power, just so many more things you can do on PC, the modability. I mean, if you look at it this way, that the gaming PC does everything a console can do and more, and better, then you can kind of see where we're coming from when we say that hardcore gamers would choose the PC every single time. There are maybe few exceptions, but I mean, as far as preferences go and the profile of a hardcore gamer and what a hardcore gamer wants, it's all on PC. And that's why you see competitive, angry people on PC, is because they take their game seriously. Dota 2, CSGO, there's, hell, sometimes Call of Duty. I mean, people take their games seriously on PC, much more seriously than they do on console, because apparently console's more of a relaxing, easy experience that you can just lay on the couch and enjoy. On PC, people take their games much more seriously than that. They get their best posture, their best equipment, and they start playing to the best of their abilities, focusing on every single detail of the game. I hope this sums up what hardcore gamer means. Alright? You can be a hardcore gamer on the console, nobody's stopping you. But hardcore gamers, in the broadest sense of the term, would, and in their profile, would choose PC almost every single time, because of all the advantages PC game gives you, and of the cost efficiency over time.
£200 a year? Sweet, you basically bought a PC for $1,000 on a console.
Oh, and the character that you made up in your head, he's only going to play all of these games for an hour a day. An hour a day, that's a long time to finish all of those games, assuming he's even interested in all of those games. Oh, and by the way, on PC, there's a lot more free-to-play games than there are on consoles, so we can get a ton more games for free than we can with you spending $1,000 on a console and games.
Cheaper. Looks a lot cheaper.
No. When you spend $1,000 on consoles with games, and you spend $1,000 on PC with games, how much more did you spend on PC than you did on console? 0. You spent $0 more, because you spent $1,000 on both of them. Neither one is cheaper, it's just you have more games on console than you do on PC. Even though on console you're going to have to pay for the online subscription, you're going to have to pay for the new console that comes out, but on PC you don't have to pay for new upgrades, and you don't have to pay an online subscription. So over time, that $1,000 on the console is going to rise to $1,100, $1,200, $1,300, $1,700. It's going to keep rising. Whereas on PC, if you don't want to buy any more games, if you don't want to buy more upgrades because you don't have to, you can just sit there and watch the console price fly upwards. And you can just sit on that $1,000 and you can love it and enjoy it. And even play free-to-play games. A lot of them. In fact, there's 719 of them on Steam right now as we speak. And there's even more on GameJolt, and even more on GOG, and even cheaper games on G2A. Holy fuck, there's a lot of them.
Not a lot, okay, a bit cheaper.
No, not a bit cheaper. Exactly the same, but over time you're going to be paying more.
But all in all, hey, I'm not mocking all of you PC users. I'm just only saying a couple of you, not all of you. Don't get it wrong. Most of you guys are cool guys. There is some bad ones.
Look at the damage control here. Throughout this entire video, you made it seem like every single PC gamer was like this. You made such a big deal out of it, even though there's only a couple of people on PC that do this. Right? Well, I can say that there's a couple of people on console that do it the same way. Right? Every single console player knows this. There are some bad apples on console side. Even there are bad apples on PC side. That doesn't make PC a bad platform overall.
Before all of you jump on this and start saying console fanboy, I like PC gaming probably more than I do on console, but I'm just saying these are the bad points of PC gaming. It's just honest, you know yourself. Just leave.
Trust us, we know. We've been on PC, we get it. There are some people I've met on the internet that I actually wish I never met. But that goes on the same on console too. I've played on console, and I've met some nasty ass fuckers on console too. Alright, I've met some nasty, profane, vulgar people on console. Alright, that's not to say that there's not nasty, profane, vulgar people on PC, but they're on both sides. So using that as a con to PC gaming, or just saying PC gamers suck in the title, and then at the end doing this stupid damage control, it's ridiculous. You even said as an argument towards the beginning of your video that most of your friends on PC are dicks. Well, that's one, your anecdote, and two, yeah, that happens. And to be honest, they shouldn't be your friends if they are truly dicks. What's more, again, is it's not the problem of the PC or the console.
People alone. So,
did he seriously say, leave people alone at the end of a video titled, PC Gamers Suck? Did he seriously say, leave people alone at the end of a video where he first called many of his PC gaming friends dicks, where he called many PC gamers salesmen that wouldn't shut up, and after calling PC gamers not serious in their gaming? Really? You're telling other people to leave people alone after criticizing them for being dickheads, for being annoying, for being casual? Are you kidding me? How about you practice what you preach, Leoric, and you leave people alone? How dare you go on a 10-minute tangent about how PC gamers suck, and then at the end say leave people alone? Seriously, how fucking dare you? Have the gumption to stand by your own fucking bullshit.
but if you found this video funny in any way or entertaining,
yeah, I found this video fucking hilarious after being criticized and ridiculed for being a PC gamer, an annoying salesman, a dick, a casual gamer. I don't care about your bullshit damage control at the end of this video. You were talking to me, you were talking to my friends, and you were talking to every single other person that games on PC. Your slurred speech coupled with your jump cuts made you a chore to understand. I did not find this video entertaining in the slightest.
please hit the subscribe button. It helps me out a ton. And if you
Maybe you learned a lesson after looking at your dislikes bar. By the way, watch this unedited jump cut.
guys want to see more videos like this, just let me know and I'll make it. Or if enough of you want to see, I'll make a console version of this. Why console gaming sucks. But at the end of the day, play what you want. Doesn't really matter. Screw it, just get a Wii. That's all you need. A Wii U, get that. That beats everything. Look at the graphics on that thing. It's a beast. My name's Leoric and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.
Now, I know I have trouble speaking, and I know I'm somewhat difficult to understand at times because of my stammering issue. However, hopefully I've been working on that, and hopefully it's better since my last videos. I think it's been. I do. But your speech, your slurred speech, your jump cuts, they're unnatural jump cuts, they're annoying to watch, they're annoying to hear you, go from instantly one sentence to another. It's ridiculous. I mean, how much trouble do you have speaking calmly, clearly, and concisely? Seriously, if you need to, speak slower, because throughout this entire video you've been trying to jumble all your words together. It was really hard to understand you at times. And I'm going to use that as a reason why, if he comes over and sees that I misrepresented him in any way, I'm going to use this as an excuse why it just happened. Alright? I spent so long on this one video alone, probably the longest time ever, trying to come up with everything he tried to say. Trying to understand through his slurred speech and his jump cuts what he was trying to say. And that part where he said leave people alone, barely audible, barely understandable, but after probably 20 times of listening to it, I came up with the fact that leave people alone. I'm pretty damn sure that's what he said. Let me finish up by summarizing his argument, and then I'll finish with my argument. So he said that PC gamers suck, and then finished it off with only a couple PC gamers suck. Which makes no sense, because he wouldn't have made this video if it was such a minor, little deal about it. But no, it's obviously a big deal to him, which is why he made this video and put so much work into editing. Holy fuck, dude. You put so much work into editing this video. Seriously, you did. Anyway, everything he said in this video was completely nullified by the fact that they act the same way on console too. Right? There's no differences. Both of the baskets have cherries in it. They just both have bad cherries in it as well. I know I should have said bad apples, but hey, hashtag change the language, am I right? What I want you to take away from this video is that every community sucks. BLM sucks. Feminism sucks. The Ku Klux Klan sucks. PC gamers suck. Console gamers suck. All of them suck. You know why? Because there's some bad apples in it. Sorry, bad cherries. Goddamn, I can't even stick to my own movement. I suck. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment down below what video I should refute next, because I'm having a lot of trouble figuring out which video I should refute, because there's just not many these days. On my channel page, there's a link to the Discord. If you have watched this far and you enjoyed my content, I highly suggest you join the Discord. It'd be really fun to talk to you guys. I really enjoy doing so. Sorry I haven't posted in a long time. 2 weeks is a long time. Expect more videos from me during this spring break. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you and ta-ta-ta.